or you found yourself handling the ball well and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Like, how did you manage the demands that each program had?
Yeah, I mean, I found myself in 2 different roles, I think,
Okay.
in both those programs. At Portland State, we were, like, famous for running a zone. Like, that was our thing, no man-to-man defense. It was rare when we did it, but going from a zone to a man-to-man, that's, like, pretty much all we did at San Diego. That was an adjustment itself. Like, at practice, it was, like, reteaching myself these habits.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Forget about what I learned. This is what we're doing now."
Yeah.
And I'm still doing that, like, every year, even in Finland, it was like, "We gotta relearn stuff," and even here, we gotta relearn stuff. But, um but yeah, I mean, I found myself playing point guard a little more at San Diego State where,
Okay.
our point guard that was gonna be our point guard had tore ACL, so she was out, um, and it was me and another girl that just kinda stepped into that role a little bit more, because 'cause I'd rather play on the wing, but yeah, I mean, when I had to, it was like, "Okay, I have to handle the ball. This is, like, my role on this team now is to be a floor general a little bit and just dictate and stuff like that." So,
For someone, and this is one thing I love, especially in the UK, I'm seeing much more players make that transition. They play over here for a bit, then they get in the scholarships to play over in the States, which I think is great. For players who are entertaining that, um, how would you, if they had a backpack of stuff, like a empty bag, and if we import ingredients into that, whether it's nutritional, recovery, or weight room, like what are the essentials that aspiring players should put in that backpack before they go off to compete at the college level in the US, would you say?
yeah, I mean, I'm not really familiar with the competition, like, the weight room and nutrition stuff here, but I know that when we get to the States, like, we had trainers and nutritionists and all that stuff that help you with all that stuff. But at the same time, like, listening to your body is the biggest thing.
Well said.
I mean, I didn't really learn like proper nutrition. I thought I did know proper nutrition, but I didn't really know until like my sophomore year, junior year of college. And it was like clicking in my head, like, 'cause especially you're growing, like, especially in your freshman and sophomore year, if you're not playing as much, like, you gotta realize like a game day when you're only playing 10 minutes, that's only 5 to 10 minutes you're getting of workout in that day.
Okay.
And then the day before, it's like a shoot around, so you're really not even getting a workout
Yeah.
either. So it's like you're taking really 2 days off where, like, those could be days that you could be getting extra work to
True.
be better and stuff like that. But just, like, thinking that way is, I think, a big thing that people don't think of is, like, all those little days off that accumulate that you could be getting extra work because, like, half your team's playing 30, 40 minutes, half the team's really not. So that other half, like, is just kind of, I know because, I know that at Portland State, me and some of my other teammates, when we weren't playing, like, we would get an extra work and stuff like that, and it really helped. Um, but yeah, I mean, nutrition-wise, yeah, listening to your body.
For sure.
I know supplements are a big thing. I take creatine, protein powder, just getting protein goals really
Work.
to build muscle and to prevent injury most of all too is like a big thing. But like, yeah, anything you could do to prevent injury is the biggest thing. Staying solid. Yeah.
Sure. And when you, just before we speak about your standout rookie season in Finland, how, when you reflect back at your seasons with Portland and my mind is blanking, sorry, Portland and San Diego, sorry, what highlights come to mind? But also what are the lowlights that made you a better person and player during that time, would you say?
Yeah. Are you talking about like highlights on the court, like specific
Please,
plays or?
on the court moments, off the court, just that time you had with those two programs. What are some of the moments that stand out to you the most, would you say?
Um, I mean, I say like off the court is really the small things like
Yeah.
being in the airport with your teammates, um, getting in super late from the bus,
Yeah.
late flights, late buses, and team meals, like stuff like that really sticks with you. And
Yeah.
I think those are always the highlights of both San Diego and Portland State. And those stuff that like, I just think about all the time, like memories on my phone and all that stuff I look back on. But yeah, I mean, I think off the court, that's the biggest thing is like
Yeah.
that I remember the most is
Sure.
those things that happen with your teammates
Yeah.
and your friends that you make there. So yeah. On the court, I mean, there's a lot of highlights where we've had close games and just game winners and stuff like that. Everyone goes crazy. The energy is electric and just so much fun.
Yeah. See, and I think that's what I've really learned, to be honest, doing this podcast is like, high level pros like yourself will kind of tell me like, as much as it was great winning that game or getting that steal or winning that season, but the biggest highlights for them, and you kind of just shared it there, JD, was the memories of the
Yeah.
court. There's just bonding and just catching the vibe with your friends, and it's moments like that I really realized as a coach, like doing things away from basketball, players knowing each other's names, hobbies, things like that translate to success on the court, because now okay, I know how to speak with this player versus this player, and just everything really meshes, so that's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah, no, the environment matters. I think starts with coach and players and how well everyone bonds together.
Right.
So yeah, it's
Exactly. And even on that, like, what was because I get the US is, if not the best when it comes to playing at the pro level, both on the men's and women's side. And I'm always curious because for us growing up in London, the UK, we know about European championships, we know who the top teams are and a bit more of the league. What was your understanding of basketball outside of the US before you turned pro?
I mean, I think at a very young age, my first goal was to play D1 basketball just to get college paid for and to be able to play at that level. But then my second goal was to make it overseas. I didn't really like I knew I obviously WNBA is like a dream for everyone, but I knew like my abilities and I'm like, okay, like be realistic, going overseas first few years would be the best option. And also like I could see the world for basically free.